The thriller, which recounts a story based on class conflict about two graffiti artists who break into the homes of the super-rich to deliver them a message, stars George McKay, Hugh Bonneville, and Kelly MacDonald. It can be challenging to keep track of what is happening because Anvari constantly deviates from audience expectations and surprises viewers with a lot of stunning moments throughout the entire movie. So if you've seen the film and need a little help unpacking the ending, we have everything you need to know. Before I start, please subscribe to my channel Teleflix and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Major spoilers ahead if you have not watched the movie yet. At the beginning of the movie, we meet graffiti artists Toby, George McKay, and J. Purcella Scott, who have a special habit of breaking into the homes of the affluent and spray painting a sign with the words "I came by." The two have chosen Sir Hector Blake, a recently retired High Court judge, Hugh Bonneville, as their latest target, but Jay starts to have second thoughts about carrying out their plan, especially given that his girlfriend is pregnant and Blake is revered as a saint who devotes a lot of time helping immigrants. As we get to know Toby's mother, Lizzie, Kelly MacDonald, we learn that she is a counselor and that she and her son, who spends much of his time in his room watching YouTube videos, have a very tumultuous relationship. Toby decides to break into Hector's house despite Jay's objections, and he soon makes a startling discovery. This is the first major twist. Compromise photographs of a young guy who looks to have been hurt, as well as a barred door that seems to have something unsettling behind it, are found in the judge's basement. Later, when Jay isn't interested in hearing about his discovery, he tries to tell Jay about it. Instead, Jay calls the police, who quickly arrive and search Hector's basement, even though they initially don't appear to find anything suspicious. Toby decides to return to Hector's house and break in once more following a heated argument with his mother. This is when events drastically change. Toby discovers a young man being held captive in the locked room and offers to help him. Unfortunately, Hector has learned that there is a trespasser on his property and arrives on the scene, fatally striking Toby with a cricket bat before destroying him in a ceramic furnace. Naturally, Lizzie worries when Toby doesn't come home for a few days, and she and Jay work to figure out where their kid is gone. After learning Hector must have been involved during their investigation, Jay goes to the judge's home and steals a letter from his mailbox, which he then tells Lizzie he found in Toby's room. When Lizzie informs the authorities that Hector might have been involved in the disappearance, they immediately undertake another search of Hector's property and discover the secret basement door. Hector maintains the empty secret chamber was just a panic room, but DSL Lloyd, Frank Ashman, is not persuaded and arrests him, although he is later released when he calls up his friend and squash partner Superintendent William Roy. Lizzie pursues Hector and soon discovers him talking to Ahmed Yazdin Kafauri, a young Iranian man whose parents have rejected him because he is gay and who is awaiting the outcome of his refugee application. Hector pledges to assist Ahmed when he gets to Hector's house, but after telling Ahmed a tale from his youth, Hector spikes his drink and begins making unwanted attempts. When Ravi, a young kid, was invited to live with them by his father when he was younger, Hector says he started to feel like he was being replaced and almost killed him. Unsurprisingly, this information makes Ahmed anxious, and when Hector isn't looking, he jumps out the window. Hector is then saved by Lizzie, who has been waiting outside in her car the entire time, but not before Hector is able to see and recognize her. Later, Lizzie returns to DS Lloyd and tells her about Ahmed, who won't speak to the police directly out of concern that his application for permanent residence may be denied. Then, when DS Lloyd informs her that Ahmed is missing, Lizzie makes the decision to act on her own after speaking with Jay, who declines to risk going to great lengths to get into Hector's home. She enters Hector's home using the keys he had placed in a lockbox outside his gate, but Hector confronts her before she has a chance to look too far. He binds her up in his basement and tells her that the secret area also has Ahmed's captivity. After viciously killing Ahmed and Lizzie, Hector sets their bodies on fire. Jay visits Hector's house a week after Lizzie vanishes out of sight out of concern, only to find that it is now for sale. He follows Hector to a party at his old school and then to his new country home, where he breaks in and fights the bad guy. As he becomes more and more suspicious of Hector. Overpowering Hector eventually allows Jay to repeatedly punch him while demanding to know where Toby and Lizzie are. Of course, Jay is unable to get the response he desires. However, Jay has the last laugh because when the police arrive on the site after he has left in his car, DS Lloyd finds Hector bound and beaten beneath a piece of graffiti containing the well-known statement, "I came by."